today I am starting the process of doing my panels. So I've got the old sheet of wood that was up. It's got the wheel arch here, but I've got a feeling that, well, when I put it up against the wheel arch a second ago, this isn't quite as curved as the wheel arch actually is. So I'm going to have to change that a little bit. So I'm going to describe what I've done first of all. And again, I am, as with everything, a beginner at this. I've got a bit of cardboard, laid it over the top, laid board over the top, scribed it, and I know that when this sat against the wall, it was a little bit too high, about sort of, I don't know, about an inch. So what I've done is I've brought the cardboard down, adjusted that. So I'm now going to cut that out as a starting point. Hopefully I've given it enough, I haven't gone too far. And then I can scribe with my scribing tool the rest of it, so I can get a better fit. Cut out the template and the cardboard there. Then what I can do is I'm just going to do the bottom half and then the top half. So all I want to do is get the bottom half, and this means that I can adjust this template, the wood, cut it down to the size I need, check it, recheck it in the van, and then I can transpose that onto my actual fresh ply, rather than just doing it off cardboard or whatever. So hopefully I can get this bit of wood absolutely perfect, and then that'll act as a great template for both sides. So that's both sides done. So let's have a go. Here's the initial cut on the template. So as I thought, obviously it's not the right profile from that old bit of ply, because that was just for it was a builder's van. So push it up against here to get it sort of tight there. So that's not bad down here. And then as we go up here, it gets worse. But because there's still a gap there, I've got plenty of room to scribe and cut out a bit more, and hopefully it will drop down a bit. So we'll scribe that up, and I've never used scribe before, so this could be interesting. So I've got one of these ones. So as far as I understand, I set it to where the gap is the biggest, and then what I do from there is I then run it along. But I'll try it a few times and then see how it goes and get back to you. I have scribed my line. There, goes along here. Terrible little disaster here, but basically it's going to cut down here, along there. And because it's not touching the floor, hopefully I'll give myself enough. I'll cut that, it'll drop and it'll be okay. So let's try that. So I like to show my disasters as well as my successes. And here's one. So I can't quite work out what I did wrong here, but something's not quite right with the way I'm scribing. So in terms of the top edge, that's fine. Let's get in there. But I've still got the massive gap around here, which I'm not quite sure, like I say, what I've not got right when I'm scribing. Think about it, and someone will be screaming at this at the moment, going, "You're not doing that." But that's what it is. I'm not a skilled craftsman, so I'll have a little play around to see if we can get this a bit closer. So hopefully you understand that my videos are not for instructional purposes, and are, you know, it's me doing it. So this is where we've ended up. I scribe and scribe and scribe. I'm losing more and more cardboard, and so what I've got is I've got the profile of some of the card that fitted, because it was too wide at the edges. This top profile here I'm actually really happy with, but that bottom profile not so much. So and I was running out of cardboard and the gap's getting bigger, so I actually got some of the profile from what I'd cut away when I've been doing the scribing. Again, I'm not 100% sure what I did wrong, but again, people are screaming at me, so professionals or keen amateurs, please look away at this point. All right, so what I've done is I've actually stuck that back on where I needed the extra on the bottom of the curve. I set my scribe to the widest point and did it, but still didn't seem to quite get it right, but kind of level along the top. And this panel is actually getting completely hidden by a boxing in section, because this is where the water tank's going to go. So but I did want it perfect, and with that I've pretty much got the perfect curve, so I can transpose that onto my wood now to make the wood template. The only thing I've got to do is mark up on here where the end of the board's going to be, so I can line it up correctly. Because where the bed comes, which I've got cut down a little bit more actually, we're going to come to the end of the wheel arch here and extend just a little bit past, and then come up with that board. Because then the rest I'm going to try and do in one board, but it's going possibly two actually, two boards. One where the bathroom will be, and obviously my insulation still needs to go in here, and two where the rest of the sort of lounge area will be. So I'm going to have two boards button up to that line, but it gives me a really good line there, so that's no problem at all. And I can scribe and make a mess of a template of that as well, so that's awesome. Cool, so let's go and put that onto the board. Here's my template, dropped onto the spare bit of wood. Obviously it won't fit over there, but this is going to be perfect. This little bit here, it's a little bit short up the top, up here obviously, but that's fine because I just need to get this arch cut. Then I'll measure from the base to the top as to how far it's going to be as a bottom board, and then I'll cut it out, and that gives me a lovely template, and that'll match on the other side, so I don't need to worry about it. If I can get this board perfect, use it on both sides, check it first obviously, and then that will be a really nice tight fit and really worth the time and effort, because this seems to be the trickiest cut. So yeah, I'll go and cut this board, we'll go from there. Yes. Okay, after much templating and messing around and chopping little bits off, then we have, I'm just holding up, it's a bit bowed the other way because it was the wall for the other side. We have a template that I am finally, look at that, happy with. It's going to fit that top line there. Boom. That's going to go through there. Bit of insulation behind it, so that's bulging it out, but that fits nicely in there. Actually, might need a tiny bit off the bottom still, but sorry, excuse the camera work. Oh, it's like a millimetre. Might get the plane out and do that. Just plane that little bit off, get a mil off. But I'm pretty happy with that. So that has been a good couple of hours work, but hopefully I'll test it in a minute. That means I've got a lot of wires in the way. It will then fit that side as well. So I'm doing this side, or both sides, on this board on both sides in 9mm ply. It's on the floor. Got the ceiling to do obviously as well. But I'm doing this in 9mm ply because I'm going to bolt the water tank to it, and obviously the bed rail goes just above. But what I'll do is the next board coming down, I think I'll do sort of through here, and this will be held on by the bed rail. So I'll bring the next board down to it, and that'll then go all the way up to the top pretty much. We've got, like I said, I think in a previous video, a funky idea for that. And I think I might use rib nuts on this. I've got the existing holes in the van, so if I've got the right size rib nut, then I'll put the rib nuts through here, bolt it to there, because then it's nice and easy to take off as well, so I can get to all my services without any problem, because I haven't decided whether the water pipe's going to run behind this or in front. But this is going to be hidden, because this is going to be boxed to the width of the wheel arch, or to the width of the water tank on this side, and to the width of the wheel arch or the battery on this side. So you're not even going to see this, but you know, it's important that you know that whatever's behind it is as good as you can get it. So really pleased with that. That's one day's work. Next is to now cut the real thing. So I've got a good template, so I'm pleased, and I can crack on from there. Conclusion of what I'm going to do, I might mention this earlier, is that I'm going to rib nut these ones to the body so I can bolt them in, because there's some services behind. Not so much on this side, there's some cable coming down. As you can see on that side, definitely some services and electrics. So I want this to be removable quite easily. And I think, I say certainly for this panel, rib nutting might be the way. So there's already these existing panel holes which would hold like panel clips, and I've just started marking out. So I don't need all of them, obviously. So I'm going to use top corner here. It's making the camera work terrible. Top corner here, bottom corner down there, and then I'm going to decide how many I need along to get it so it's nice and secure. I'm not going to need tons and tons. Again, this isn't a scene panel, but what I've done is got my template, that I made out of wood yesterday, and now it took me forever. Now I've started marking out. So I measured down and across here. So I've got one there, and I've got the bottom corner one. Now what I'm thinking to get the other ones a bit easier is I'm going to drill those holes, line it up with the, put the panel back up, line it up, sorry. And then if those holes are spot on, that means I know I've got the orientation from top to bottom right. So then what I can do is I can just mark up here, and then all I need to do is mark distancing, and hopefully I should get that right, rather than me measuring every single one top and bottom. There might be an easier way to do it, I'm sure there is. Feel free to put it in the comments below if you know what that is. But this is how I'm going to do it. And like I say, I'm going to roof nut it just because I like the idea of being able to unbolt it if I ever need to, and sort of take things apart and be able to access everything. And like I say, this is a hidden panel, so you're not going to see those bolts. And then I'll decide about how I'm going to fix the others. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So roof nut gone in really well, tested it there, obviously just check. That's an M5 that's popped in there, in case you need to know. And that's going to be perfect. Apart from the fact I don't have any M5 nuts. Got M6s, no M5s. So I'm going to have to order some of those before I've got the opportunity to actually get the board up. But I can still get all the holes sorted, get that done, because this template will work obviously on both sides. So I used the roof nut gun and this kit, and that's actually been really good. I've used it for some other bits and pieces, and I'm sure I'll carry on using it because I'm half thinking about using these to put seating up. So little M5 nuts, bolts, sorry, and hex bolts, and we'll see. I'm just going to have to order some of those and see if I can get some in the post with this being lockdown time, so we shall see. I think I finished the template, so I ended up making a paper template just so I could get the alignment of the holes right, so then I could just stick a pencil through the hole basically. So that's what I've done. I started this end, got the holes in, and obviously I haven't done every single one. I've got a couple, one over the wheel arch just to hold it there, two at the top there, and then down this far end, because of where it's going to finish in the van, I've had to create my own holes. So I'm going to have to drill my own holes for the roof nuts to go in. A 10mm hole for a 5mm, an M5, sorry, and then yeah, so I've created that, so that should all bolt, and then that should replicate on the other side perfectly. So I've drawn my template out onto some new ply, and I've just got to cut that out now, and then I can kind of test fit it once I've got the bolts, but I haven't got the bolts, so I've got to order those. So kind of going go, all the holes drilled, cut out, which is based on that wooden template, 9mm ply, ready to go in. So now I've just got to do the other one. Shouldn't be too bad. Unfortunately though, it's the amount of ply it uses. It's a 8x4 sheet. Let's kind of wipe that out. There's not a lot I can do. So I'm going to hopefully do some other bits with that and it not go to waste, but it eats a sheet just for those lower sections, and I've still got the upper sections to do. So I've got 2 more boards, so I should just be able to do it, as long as I don't make any mistakes.